Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Miss Fayma. How are you doing today? All right. Let us wait for more people to join. Good morning to this episode of the Tensai Morning Show. All right. Let's wait for more people to join. How are you doing this morning? Great to have you here. While we wait, you can simply tap and share this with everyone who you know who is definitely going to need this. It's interesting how this is 7 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, this is the time for morning routines. This is the time for um let's what's going on, what are we doing? This is the time for that. And so it's interesting, is it not? All right, guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. While we wait for the rest of our parents to join, please do well to share this video or share this with anyone who you know is definitely going to need this. Today, we're going to be talking about what you experience on a daily basis, which is the morning chaos. We're going to be talking about what you experience on a daily basis, which is the morning chaos. And that is obviously what the Tensai Morning Show is about, is where we discuss everything about raising genius kids. Right? My name is Chris Obike. I'm the founder of Tensai Kids Technologies, and I'm here this morning to talk about the morning routine that changed everything for one family and how it can do for you as well. So if you're excited, just let me know in the chat right now. Let me know in the chat if this is something, if you're excited. Let me know if you're excited, because it promises to be incredible. It promises to be wow, right? Okay. Let's just wait a few more minutes and then we begin. So when we talk about morning routine, we are used to morning routines. Oh. In fact, I can count on one hand how many families I've met that don't have a sort of morning routine. However, I think the problem is not that they don't have a morning routine, it's the kind of morning routine, right? It's the kind of morning routine. And so while everyone has a morning routine, the morning routine that actually works, that one is a bit dicey. It's a bit dicey, right? So let me paint a picture. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's say it's 6:30 in the morning, your alarm goes off, you walk into your child's room and the real negotiation begins. Maybe they don't want to get up, they're tired, they're grumpy. I'm not even talking about right now that they're on holiday. I'm talking about like on a normal day, on a normal school day, right? They're grumpy, and somewhere in the next hour, you need them fed, you need them dressed, you need them packed, and you need them ready for school. But they are moving at the speed of a sloth, of a sleeping sloth. And by 7:45, you are yelling. By 8 o'clock, someone is in tears. And by 8:15, you are wondering if you are just a bad parent or if this is what every morning looks like in every house in the world. Tell me if this is relatable. Let me know if this is relatable, if this is something that you see happen. If that's your reality, today's episode is for you, right? Or if that's something that you are used to, you know someone who is, well, send them this episode right now for them to join the stream. Because I worked with a family who had exactly that situation: daily chaos, stress, tears, rushing. And in under a week, it completely transformed their mornings. Not with punishment or bribes or shortcuts, but with a simple 20-minute structure. And I'm going to teach you exactly what they did. let me tell you guys something about my mornings. So interestingly, personally, I'm not a morning person. Oh. I had a very, very messed up sleep routine, sleep schedule. So this is just I'm giving you guys now. So I had a very, very like weird morning routine. And so I won't go to bed until like 3 a.m. in the morning. And then I'll sleep from that 3 a.m. to maybe 10 or 9:30 in the morning. But since I started this show, I find myself going to bed earlier. I go to bed around 10 now, and I'm up around, let's say, 3 a.m. I'm up. And most times, sometimes I feel like I decide, okay, let me go back to bed. Some other times I don't do that. Or other times, if I have some work left, I just go to work straight up after doing my morning rituals. I just go to work. Or I could go to bed and wake up maybe by 5 and then kickstart from there. So I'm going to tell you why this is important or why I share this story. But for now, let's talk about why mornings matter. Let's talk about why mornings matter, right? So mornings are, it's not just about getting to school on time. It's not about anything. The thing is that the morning sets the tone for the day. The morning sets the tone for the entire day. For you, for your child, for everyone in the household. If the morning is chaotic and stressful, if the morning is chaotic and stressful, your child arrives at school already dysregulated, right? If it's stressful, they arrive, they're already tired even before the actual school begins. Their nervous system is in fight or flight. They have been yelled at, they've been rushed, maybe even left without breakfast because things fell apart and you didn't want them to go late. They can't focus, their brain is still in survival mode from the morning battle. They are emotional and you started the day relationship damage before 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning. But if the morning is calm and structured, if it's calm and structured, everything, something completely different happens. The child arrives at school regulated, they are fed, they are ready, their mind is available for learning. The relationship between you is intact. Is intact, right? And the whole day tends to go smoother because it didn't start in a ditch. I also find it for myself on mornings where I rush into things or I jump into chaos. Let me speak grammar. I'm discombobulated. I mean, how do you think? All right. I'm exhausted. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm burnt out. I'm running on fumes. But on the mornings where I take my time, I pray in the morning, I have my bath, I dress, I calm down, I write down, I set my agenda for the day, and I move intentionally through that. I have a great day. A great day. So the mornings, those mornings, this morning is the most important block of time you and your child will ever have. And as regards the structure that actually helps you have peace, there is a 3-block structure that changed everything with the family that I work with. Right? And this structure is obviously, I think this was their parents in diaspora, and so it may or may not apply to you. There are obviously will probably be things that you want to add, for example, because in this structure it doesn't include the morning prayer for the family didn't care so much about it, which is why it wasn't like that. But the structure that changed everything was that we created everything into 3. We divided into 3, right? 3 blocks, 20 minutes total per block. So the block 1 is body, block 2 is the mind, and block 3 is preparation. So the block 1, which is body, which is first 5 minutes. So your child wakes up and the only job is to move their body. They move their body, they just go from room to room and say, good morning, daddy, good morning, mommy. They come downstairs. Simple. They just, just walk around the house, just make noise, not get dressed, not eat, just moving the body. This could be a quick dance or jumping jacks or a walk around the house or stretching. Find the one that works for your kids. Find the ones that your children want to do and they can be consistent with. It doesn't matter. The point is to activate their nervous system after sleep. It wakes them up, right? A sleepy child who stays in bed trying to wake up is fighting physics. But a child who gets up and moves naturally wakes up faster, right? Wakes up faster. And once your child has moved for 5 minutes, naturally, they go to the bathroom. They brush their teeth and they get washed. Do you know why this happens? This happens without being told because their body is awake now. You are not nagging. You are not trying to force them against their helpless, sleepy nature. Now they are awake, right? Flow 2 is the mind. This is the breakfast time. But it's not just about eating. Breakfast is a time for connection. This is when you actually have face time with your children or with your child. You sit together, maybe for 5 minutes. Your child eats. You ask about their day. You are present. You are not checking your phone and rushing them. This is when you talk about, oh, what are you doing in school today? Not when you are yelling at them to eat faster, eat fast. We need to go. So a full stomach and a sense of connection is what sets them, their emotional state for the day. It's small, or it might look like nothing, but it is very massive. It is very massive. And block three, which is the last 10 minutes, this is when you now do everything for school. So you do the backpack, you do the shoes, you do the uniform check, you do the hair, whatever. And here's the key. Your child is the one that does most of this. You are not doing it for them. You've given them a checklist so they know what is next without you saying it. Right? Without you saying it. You see how these 3 blocks, they are structured now. They look simple, right? They look like, oh, this is what I'm already doing. The question is, are you consistent with it? It's consistency that makes the structure, not the action. Consistency is what makes the action, not so consistency is what makes structure, not action. Now I've shown you what to do. Let me tell you, let me tell you what you shouldn't do. Right? Let me tell you what you shouldn't do. Number 1 is screens. Some people, I don't know. I heard something one time where a parent says, oh, that she charges her child's tab overnight because if the child wakes up and the tab is not charged, she's going to go crazy and start running, start shouting and yelling. And I'm like, what? So your child wakes up and the first thing that they touch is screens. That is deranging on so many scales. Don't let your child use screens before school. No phone, no tablet, no YouTube. The stimulation from a screen makes it harder for them to transition to learning mode. It's like you are trying to force them through a brick wall. They are also much more resistant to leaving the house or leaving the device than they are to finishing breakfast. There's a bad habit that a lot of us have, which is that we cannot eat without being on our phone. Like, oh, you are eating, or you can't eat without watching a movie, or you can't eat, that's a terrible habit, especially like if you have kids who are watching you. You have to be able to stay focused within that time and just focus on the thing in front of you. I'm saying this, I know it's hard. Even myself, I'm guilty. So I know it's difficult. But I'm telling you, your child is watching. And of course, you can't be watching a movie or doing something and then say your child, please drop that script. No, you can't be a hypocrite like that. Right? So don't say, oh, if you're ready, or if you get ready on time, you get a reward. That's just lazy. It teaches your child that, oh, they need an incentive to do basic things, and it escalates soon. They're refusing to cooperate unless the bribe is bigger. So you are training the behavior that you don't want. And then number 3 is rushing. One thing my mom is the queen. She doesn't rush. Nothing ever catches her unawares. If you have to do something by 6, I'm going to wake you up by 1. So that by the time, oh my God, we're in Nigeria. So that by the time that you come back, or by the time that you are done, you are almost always like you have more than enough time to do that thing. So this sounds obvious. It sounds obvious, but most parents, they miss it. So don't rush your child by yelling or hurry up, we are late. Instead, change when they need to wake up. Change when they need to wake up. If your current routine starts at 6:30 and you're always late, then start at 5 a.m. Give them the actual time that they need. Rushing creates stress, and stress creates resistance. It creates stress, and stress creates resistance. So 40% of children who follow a morning routine are more likely to arrive at school ready to learn. Okay? Now, how do you build this routine? How do you actually start building it? Let me show you how you can do this like in the next 3 days, not 3 weeks. The next 3 days. So on day 1, you can sit your child down and say, tomorrow is going to be different. We're going to try a new routine and I need your help. Then you share the 3 blocks. Now, obviously, you can modify this. You don't have to follow like this, but make sure that I like 3 because 3 is a sweet spot. Don't overburden. Don't say, oh, we're going to do 5 different things in the morning. Don't overburden. So it could be 3 things in one block, or rather, like 3 blocks. However, you can now add things inside that first block. So maybe the first thing you do is wake up and pray. That could be the thing that you do, right? So show them that 3 blocks, or tell them exactly what to expect. If you have a visual chart, you can also show it as well. Make it a team thing, not something you are doing to them. So make it a thing, oh, you are doing it together. Now, after saying this, on day 2, you actually do it together with them. So you go through each block with your child helping. Yes, it takes longer than usual. That is fine. The point is practice, not speed. So no matter what you do, yes, there's definitely going to be some hiccups, and you want to take it slow and easy. And then day 3, they do it with your supervision. They're able to follow the blocks, but now they are driving it. All you're just doing is you're just checking it, not directing every step. When you do this effectively, by day 4, you should start seeing the shift. And not because you have punished or rewarded them or anything, right? It's because children love predictability and structure. It feels good to know exactly what is next. There's a family I worked with that had a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. Their mornings were a nightmare. The parents were going through a divorce, stress was high, and the kids could feel it. So every morning was a battlefield. So when I suggested this structure, they were skeptical, but they were desperate enough to try. So one day, the dad, he sat the kids down and explained it. He made it a game. On day 2, they practiced. On day 3, the children took lead. And by Wednesday morning, the transformation was visible. There was no yelling. Every child, they all knew, both of them knew what they had to do. The dad was not stressed. And by Friday, it has become some sort of like repetition. They didn't need anybody telling them exactly what the next thing to do. Imagine as a dad or a mom in the morning and you are hearing, oh, your youngest is saying, I think I'm ready for school now. And you check and you actually see that, oh, this child is actually ready. He's not, the child is not actually talking. He's not saying it just because. So if your mornings are a battlefield right now, I want you to try this. I want you to start this from tomorrow. I want you to start this from tomorrow. Pick one day to explain it to your child, one day to practice together, and then the other day for them to actually begin. So I want you to save this video, right? Save this. Number one, share it with everybody who you think will need it. And then number two, after the third day, after implementing this structure, please come back and let me know how it went. Come back to the comment section and let me know how it went. Let me know your experience. I read all my comments. I'm definitely going to reply. I'm going to see it and I'm going to reply. Okay? So I hope you learned something today. Apologies on the light situation. We had a trip. Anyways, that's fine. So congrats on staying to the end. Like I said, share this stream with everybody who you think needs it to talk about to help them with their structure. Right? And tomorrow is very exciting. Tomorrow we're talking about screens, talking about screen time. And tomorrow I'll explain the science of it and also give you a framework that actually works. Okay? I'll give you a framework that actually works. So let me know. Let me know if today's session has been valuable to you. Let me know if you've learned something. Let me know if you've learned something. I think one of these days we are going to maybe create a specific platform or create a community for those of us who join every morning so that we can always remind ourselves and get ready for every session. That way we are more active as well. And then it also helps to know that I think we're going to do like a Q&A. So maybe one day we'll submit your questions or any questions that you have, and I'll come live and answer them as well. Those are the things that we'll be implementing in the next couple of days. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you have any questions, do let me know, and I'll be here to also respond as well. Thank you guys, and have a great morning.